Hi there, I'm Angela with Hemisphere Dancer Wellness and Travel, and today we're going to take a short sequence of some of the Pilates mat exercises at the more intermediate, starting to move to advanced level. This will be a short flow that you can integrate into your wellness routine. We're going to begin on our backs. We're going to start with some leg circles. So we're going to lay on down, letting your left leg remain flat on the floor, keeping the pelvis in neutral. We're going to bring the right leg up towards the ceiling. Arms can be out just a little bit away from the body to help you with stability. We're going to take the leg across, circling it down, exhaling on the way down, inhaling as we come back up. So again, the size of these circles should be determined by core stability. So I want to be able to keep the rest of my body totally still. Exhaling down, inhaling up. If I'm rolling around, then my circles are too big. Exhaling down, and let's reverse direction here. I exhale on the way down, inhale as I come back up. Exhaling on the way down, inhaling up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. And one more time, exhaling down, inhaling back up. Bringing that leg in, just taking a little stretch. Lengthening down and out through that left side as we pull the right leg in to get a little deeper hip flexor stretch. And extending that leg out. We'll take the left leg on up. And again, nice wide shoulders. Crossing our midline first, exhaling on the way down. Inhaling as we come up. Exhaling down, inhaling back up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. And back up. Good. Again, notice one side of the body may be totally different from the other. Let's reverse. Exhaling one side. You might be able to make a little bit bigger circles than the other based on hamstring flexibility, hip strength, hip flexibility. Exhaling down, so just noticing that and honoring what's going on in the body so that you're really keeping good form, core stability over size of leg circle. And up. Good. Hug that knee into the chest again here. Lengthen the one on the floor, down and out. Try not to take it even longer. A little hug into the chest. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and bend both knees, keeping the feet flat on the floor to move into some bridging. We'll take some articulating bridging. Arms can be by our side. If you'd like to, if you know you have a tendency to turn the feet out a little bit or have the knees fall open when you're doing bridging, you can always take a ball or a yoga block, place it in between the knees. That'll help keep better alignment. So we're going to just start by rolling up, articulating, imprinting, rolling up into the bridge, inhaling at the top, exhaling, lowering back down, starting from right at the base of the sternum, rolling down one vertebrae at a time towards the pubic bone. And again, we're going to exhale, rounding on up. Good. As we lift, we want to lengthen right here across the front of the hips and softening through the sternum, lowering back down. And again, when we're at the top of the bridge, watch the weight in the feet is not in the heels, but the whole foot is flat on the floor. Exhaling, back down. One more time before we add another variation. We're going to go ahead rolling on up, inhaling at the top, and exhaling back on down. From here, if you were using any sort of prop in between the knees, we're going to take it out as we go into a one-legged version. So I'm going to keep my right leg. It's going to begin in tabletop. My left leg is going to stay onto the ground. And then let's extend that leg towards the ceiling. I'm going to press and lift. First thing we want to notice are both hips still level, and then lower back down. And so by level, we don't want them to dip side to side. We don't also want that right one to creep up towards you, towards your ribs, lifting and then lowering. Exhale, pressing and lifting and lowering. Exhale, press and lift and lower. Press and lift and lower. And this time we're going to press, lift and hold. And then I'm going to do a little lower and raise. I don't want my hips to move at all as I'm lowering and raising this leg. Everything stays super stable. Lower raise. Hands can always help that lower. Raise one more, and raise. Bending that leg, placing it back down. Good. Take just a moment with the knees into the chest, and then let's set legs up for our second side. So coming up through tabletop, balance both sides of the hips, and then extending the leg towards the ceiling. We'll start just press and lift, and back down. Exhale, press and lift, lowering back down. Exhaling, lift. Inhale at the top, so we're always exhaling when we're moving. Exhale, press and lift, and back down. And one more, exhale, press and lift, and back down. Good. This time we're going to press and lift and hold and do a little lower and raise, lower, raise, lower, raise, lower, raise, lower. One more time, and then bending, placing both feet down, and again just bringing knees into the chest to take a little rest of those hamstrings. From there, let's go into a roll up. So we're going to take the legs out nice and straight. We're going to take the arms overhead. We're going to take couple full roll-ups and then go into some half roll-up variations. Rounding on up, head leading, reaching through the arms and the legs, deep curve in the spine, shoulders down, stretching out over the legs. A little flexed foot for some extra calf stretch there. Unrolling back down, one vertebrae at a time to the back. And again, exhaling, rounding up, pulling the cord in, extending out over the legs, and then rounding it back down. Lots of space between your shoulders and ears. Good. This time when we get to the top, we're going to change up what we're doing a little bit. We're going to take it forward and then unroll to sitting, bending the knees. If you have a ball or yoga block, you can bring that guy back to our knees. And we're going to roll halfway down now. Nice deep curve here. Rounding back up and back down. Good. Feeling each vertebrae imprinting, and up and back down and up and down and up. Good. From here, let's take a little oblique twist. Back up. Other side, exhaling one, again like in our bridging, we're exhaling when we're moving. Inhaling at the bottom to exhale to come back up. Exhaling down. Back up. And back down. And back up. Good. From here, taking the ball out. Extend the legs, just taking a stretch forward. You can always use a stretchy band to help give a little deeper stretch. Give a little pull if you're not able to reach for the feet or connect to the feet. From here, we're going to go into some of our abdominal series exercises, starting with our single leg stretch. So again, trying to maintain our neutral in our pelvis if we have a healthy back, extending the legs on out. We're rounding up, inhaling, exhale, and change, reaching that leg nice and long. Change and change. Little exhale, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth each time. Each time we're pulling the low abdominals, transverse abdominals in with that exhale. Hands can come behind the head if we feel it in the neck and shoulders. Head can also lower down. Another variation which will make the low abdominals work a little even harder. And here. Good. And taking it one more time. And then resting. So setting up for our single straight leg stretch. So taking both legs straight. Yes, we can hold up high if we have that flexibility, but what we don't want to watch is that we have no Frankenstein arms, so we have lots of space between the shoulders and the ears, even if it means you hold lower on the leg. We do little two pulls, inhale to change, and inhale to change. Keep the pelvis in the neutral, Don't pull so hard on the hamstrings that you take your pelvis into a posterior tuck. Again, we can do this 2 pulses, 2 exhales with the hands behind the head. We can also, another variation would be to do with the head down, and one last one, and then resting, hugging the knees into the chest, little rock side to side. From here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our 100. So again, with our 100, different variations we can do. Legs can be fully out, arms extended. Legs can be tabletop. The hands can stay behind the head, and we just do the breathing while the legs are extended. The head can be down while we do the legs and the arms. So lots of variations, finding which one is the best for where you're at with your wellness journey right now. So we'll begin with legs tabletop, arms bent by our side. If we're going to lift the head and shoulders and extend the legs, we're going to do that now as we straighten the arms. And then we're going to take an inhale through the nose for 5. And 2, 3, 4, 5. In through the nose, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 3, 4, 5. We want the breath to be tied to the movements of the arms. 3, 4, 5, and we're halfway there. Again, we can take the arms and 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a version we can do. 4, 5, and imagine the arms are pushing through thick air. 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest down. Hugging those knees in. Again, just taking a little rock side to side. So again, trying to use on that one, that breath to really activate that deep transverse abdominals so that it's going to contract towards the midline of the body on each exhale breath. From here, we're going to take our preparation for teaser. And so those roll downs and ups that we did just a minute ago are going to help us. We're going to bring our legs from our tabletop and our arms side. We're going to work on exhaling, scooping those arms down towards the legs, rounding up as we come up, and then slowly controlling on the way back down. And exhale, top of the head rounds in, coming up, exhaling, back down. Exhale, round on up, shoulders easy, back down, and exhale, rounding up, and back down. One more time. Exhale, this time when we get to the top, see if you can hold on to the legs and do a little extension, and then can you take the legs off? Good, bending those legs, just open the knees to the wide to the side and stretch forward. And just let the head have a little shake no, a little nod yes. And then we're going to come on up. We're going to work on an exercise called leg pull down, which uses a plank position. So just starting from hands and knees, we're going to just work to extend to our plank, making sure that we're lifting up in our abdominals, softening between the shoulder blades, and then just dropping knees down to rest for a moment. And then again, extending out to that plank, and then lowering down. And so this is, you can continue on just doing that, or we can start to add the leg pull. So when we get here, we're going to lift 1, 2, 3, and 4. What I'm trying to do is as I lift that leg, I want to imagine there's like a sling right under my low belly where I keep lifting that up. So I'm not going very high. I don't want to like whack my leg up where I really dip in my pelvis when I lift. So I just keep core strong, lift, and lift, and lift, and lift. Rest down. And we're going to come back up. We're going to take that again one more time. Just our 4 little lifts. Pressing up. And we go right and left and right. Left. Rest knees down. Come back into child's pose with keeping big toes together, knees apart. Just stretching back over. You can just sit as low towards the heels as feels comfortable. And then taking one more breath in your child's pose, we're going to take one more exercise. We're going to take our mermaid. So our mermaid is going to press us up into side plank. I want to start with my arm where my hand is out further than my shoulder. I'm going to press and I'm going to lift up into my side stretch, and then I'm going to lower back down. So my bottom leg is hooked behind my front leg. I sweep my arm up and over to that side. Hips are staying nice and stacked here. Shoulder is down. Try not to let that rotate upward, and then bending back down. And we go again, pressing on up, hips stacked. Back on down. One more time, pressing up. And back down. From here, we're going to hold on, and we're going to stretch towards our other shin. Can take the arm on the other side if that feels a little more comfortable too. And coming up, let's swing around to our second side. So same thing, top leg in front of the bottom leg, wrist out further than my shoulder, and I use my arms pressing up and sweeping, bending back down and pressing up and bending back down and pressing up. Good, keep those hips stacked, using that exhale on the way up. Back on down. One more time, exhaling, pressing on up and back down. Stretching up and over and coming up. We're going to go ahead and finish there for today. Thank you so much, and until next time, have a great day.